Are you listening? You hear it? You hear what I hear? Welcome back to the channel. Dean, Mike, hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. Thank you for following us and staying faithful to the channel even when we're gone for a couple weeks. We all deserve a vacation. Hopefully you guys took one too and had time to rest and chill with family. And thank you, Dean, for being a part of this channel and staying consistent and rocking and rolling, sharing your ideas, your opinions.
Aw.
That's what we're about.
And thank
Hell
you,
yeah, man.
brother.
Yeah, man. So today, I was gonna do the Water Boys and this Providence. They're kind of some older indie rock bands, but we did a poll and we had a few votes for a lead singer replaced kind of band. That thing that we were doing before after the Linkin Park replaced their singer, that kind of sparked that whole idea. And we've been throwing in once in a while, we'll throw a band in that had replaced a singer and we kind of compare or see how the new singer worked out. And we also had some votes for a classic reaction. So we decided to do a couple of those kind of meshed into one. So today we're going to dig into some Van Halen. Of course, we know it. David Lee Roth had left the band sometime in the 80s. And that's a hard replacement right there, man. I mean, David Lee Roth has a lot of charisma, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he does. He can do backflips and shit too.
So he had that energy. Yeah. So I mean, how do you replace that? So Sammy Hagar was the singer who replaced David Lee Roth. And um I mean, Van Halen was actually one of the first bands I ever got into when I was a kid. Besides Aerosmith, my dad had shared with me a lot of Van Halen and stuff. And um I was all about Jump and Eruption and some of those earlier songs from Van Halen. Um, Sammy Hagar, I personally, whenever I heard it, wasn't always really a fan of it. Was a little bit softer, the band in general. So I don't know if that's his fault necessarily. I think it was just the direction of the band at that time.
I mean, Van Halen has gone through so many, different changes. Like, I mean, even from, going from guitar to um adding keyboards, all the original rockers back in the day were like, wow, fuck that, they sold out, blah, 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 and then when they switch singers, it was even more freaking dramatic, I mean, they're just like, Van Hagar now, and this and
Mm-hmm.
that, whatever. And
Sort of like how
so
Linkin Park got a lot of heat, right, when they replaced Chester.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, um, but I mean, I really didn't listen to him a whole lot after, after the switch to Hagar. So, it's just what was played on the radio pretty much. And even when I was younger, I never really heard a whole lot of Van Halen songs, except for like when, like when my friends would like turn me on or the radio, But it's so I mean, uh, but yeah, I remember just the controversy, you know,
Yeah.
between their musical change over the years. I do remember that because it was always somebody was saying something about Van Halen, back in the day.
Yeah, metalheads are like that,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
nothing against metalheads. They're like punk heads too, the punk rockers. They're very faithful to you stick to this format, this blueprint, the structure. Anytime you step outside of that, you're leaving the genre. You're just leaving the whole
yeah,
community.
yeah.
So that's probably why they got a little bit of that heat in the 80s with the Van Hagar thing. And even before that, it seemed like I think you were talking a little bit about it too, was when they started doing a little bit softer music and going into electronic music was kind of like, okay, you're not really a metal band now anymore.
Right, right.
So Well, we decided to do a Van Hagar song first. Sammy Hagar. We're going to do one with Sammy Hagar first, and then we'll jump into something with David Lee Roth. So our first song here is actually a song called "Right Now," which isn't a song I recognized. Um, but Dean, you know this song, right?
Yeah, it's been on the radio like a lot.
That's
Um,
crazy. Maybe I'll recognize it because I don't. I just didn't recognize the
yeah,
name.
I think you will. Yeah, I think you will. Yeah, because it's been played.
Wow. So for unlawful carnal knowledge abbreviates to.
Ah,
It's the
okay.
oh, it is their ninth studio album. Oh, it is. Okay, so of course, I guess they went into the '90s with Sammy Hagar, right? So this is kind of like I don't know. Oh, the third record with Sammy Hagar. So kind of deep into their career with Sammy. So yeah, 1991 Van Halen. So we'll see. Right off the bat, if someone told me, "Hey, this is a 1991 Sammy Hagar Van Halen song," I'd probably tell you right just by judgment. I would tell you I probably won't like it, but that we don't do that on this channel, right? We got to give it a chance, listen to it, hear what we think, and then it might be something pretty good, right?
Right,
So okay, this is Right Now by Van Halen.
right now.
Right. Well, listen to it right now by Van Halen or Van Hagar or whoever.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, dramatic.
Yeah.
I like it. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of that movie Risky Business.
Yeah, it does have a cinematic theatrical sound.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, this is where all the metalheads go. All right, you lost me. I'm out. I'm
Right.
done.
Right.
Yeah, I've already decided.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's just keep going. I think it's okay right now. It's a little. It's got the 80s cheese on it for sure. That late
Right.
80s,
Right.
but it's not terrible. And I can hear. I already heard some Eddie Van Halen throwing in some crazy like wow. Like,
Well, I think he's on the piano too.
oh, that's what you said, right? So he's
Yeah.
also doing the piano part here, which I had no
Right.
idea that he played piano.
Yeah. That's what
Huh.
he brought. He started bringing that in. That's when all the metalheads were like, "Yeah, that."
Yeah.
But
But see, if you're a musician, you can appreciate that
right,
flexibility and that be able
right,
to do that.
right. I think it's great that that they decided that started to add different things to it because that's you're a musician.
Right.
Express yourself, man.
Right. Yeah. And
So
don't limit
whatever.
yourself. Don't limit
Yeah.
yourself. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right, let's keep it going. I like the groove.
Yeah.
Don't wanna wait till tomorrow. Why put it off another day? One by one, little problem build up and stand in our way. One step ahead, one step behind it. Now you gotta run to get even.
like that bass hitting that with the piano.
Yeah.
There we go.
Eddie.
Yeah, man.
What's happening right here now? Right now. It's right now. Tell me, what are you waiting for?
Hmm. Got that fade out. He's still going. They
Yep.
fading out. Oh, the drums come in. He's fading out. They should have left that in. Okay. Criticism right off the bat. They should have played that shit more. They should have let the drummer come back in and hey. Yeah. Fade outs are weird to me. I think they should just play it till, till the end.
Yeah. Well, that was right now.
Yeah, what'd you think, man? Well, you've heard it before, but what is listening to it again?
Um, I like the dynamics of, the instruments, and what Eddie was doing on the piano and stuff like that. And I mean, Eddie's, fucking he can
A
play,
beast.
yeah, he can play anything, fucking
Yeah, you were
and
mentioning
jam
that
that
off
shit.
camera. You mentioned that he was a drummer before the band situated it as him as the guitar player.
Right. Him and his brother were switched. Like, when they first started jamming together, yeah, Eddie was on drums and Alex was on guitar. And they fucking switched up and bada bing.
It's a good thing that they switched, man, because I just love them as where they're at, their positions in
Yeah.
the band, man. It's just like
Yeah.
for me on this song, I'm skipping to the 4 minute mark. I'm sorry. This is kind of you brought up the cinematic thing, and I was like, you know what? Every song I've almost heard with Sammy Hagar with Van Halen has that. Like Dreams is one of the big songs from them. I've heard that with Sammy Hagar. Very, very cinematic and like got that
Yeah.
real dramatic
Well, I
effect to
don't
it.
know who's responsible for,
The composition like
the
that.
composition. Yeah. So it could have been, um, mostly the brothers. I mean, it's their band,
Right, right.
So, um, you know,
Or it could just
and then
been the times, it just made sense for them as a band to do it that way, or maybe it was the production and or
right.
the producer involved, or who knows who, like
Because I
the
don't know
record
how
label.
much Sammy, contributed, you know, to the composition and stuff like that. So I really don't know.
True. Yeah. So what'd you think of the song meaning here? What did you take from this?
um, One thing I could pull from it is that
Well, it's kind of like,
it's like time,
yes,
like um
all you have is right now,
yeah,
right? You
yeah,
you
the
can't,
moment,
yeah, you can't live in the past, and you can't be, you can't be looking too far forward because then,
yeah.
you'll miss what's in front of you. You'll miss whatever's going on in the moment because that's all we have. I mean, that's all we
Kind of like
have.
that, like in your email thing that you have,
Yep.
like that little saying.
Yeah,
I forgot
Alan
what it says.
Watts.
You know, yeah, it's all we got is right now, man.
There's no such thing as the future. There's no such thing as the past. All there is ever at any moment is right now. And if you're stuck in any other part of that in the future or the past, then you'll miss whatever's going on in front of you. So that's what I think this song is basically saying. It's a pretty basic message, but it is a very important message. And I think we all need to be reminded that.
Yeah,
especially the
Definitely.
past. A lot of people really get stuck in things that are going on that happened to them in the past, and that slams a lot of doors closed for you.
That is true, man.
Mhm.
Never is or was or will be anything except the present.
Yep.
And who's that by? I just
Alan
that's so
Watts.
small.
Yeah, it's Alan Watts. That previous time you still hold in the present at that time was a present moment. So you can't just be stuck in those times that don't exist. You have to be present all of the time. That's essentially the idea. Yeah, man,
Right.
this is a cool message. I like the message here. It's a fun way to, I guess, to bring that to light. But
Yeah.
yeah, I like that guitar solo. I like the drums, man. The drums had a really interesting tone. Everything sounded really great. Like it's a very produced sound, which I think when Sammy Hagar or into the 80s, Van Halen got really, really produced. And that may have been a big turnoff too for a lot of metalheads. They really focused on just making the production real glossy. And you can hear it in the drums, a lot of echo. That was an 80s thing anyway.
Yeah, I mean, when I first heard the song, I didn't like it, because, just because of stupid shit. But I mean, now that I hear it now, I like it, more than ever. It's got a good meaning. It's got fucking, great composition. Fucking, it's a good song,
Yeah,
you know, regardless of, biases or
right.
whatever.
How different it might be from the previous Van Halen or
Yeah,
different than David Lee Roth, which let's get into some of that.
yeah.
Let's hear a song from Van Halen early on with "Running with the Devil."
There you go.
I think this was off their first record too, wasn't it? Or was this? Yeah, pretty sure.
I just remember it from back in the day, man.
All right, here it is, "Running with the Devil."
I live my life like there's no tomorrow. And all I've got, I had to steal.
That's kind of interesting right there. I live my life like there's no tomorrow. That's almost the same idea as, I live my life like, today's all I got.
Yeah, yeah,
Right now,
right.
I got to be present.
Yep.
All right, let's keep it going.
I don't need to beg or borrow. Yes, I'm living at a place that gives. Ooh, yeah. Running with the devil. Woo-hoo. Running with the devil. I'll tell you all about it. I found the simple life ain't so simple when I jumped out on that road. I got no love you'd call real. Ain't got nobody waiting at home. Running with the devil. I'm gonna tell you one time. Running with the devil. Yes, I am. Yeah.
What the hell is that? A kazoo or some shit?
You know, I found the simple life wasn't so simple. No, when I jumped out on that road, got no love you'd call real. Got nobody waiting
So we've heard that song, both of us, obviously. I don't think I mentioned that, but we, of course, both know that is a very popular song. We know this song.
Yeah.
We just wanted to kind of compare the two songs and how those two singers kind of hold up against one another. So
I've always liked David Lee Roth, I mean, he's a good singer,
yeah, he's
you
got a lot
know.
of charisma. Like you said, he's got a lot of energy too in the live stage.
Yeah. Yeah, he sounds great. Um and Sammy's got his own thing going on too, man.
They offer something different, and I guess
Right,
it's all about your taste, I think, is just like, is that your thing? It
right.
may not be, it may be.
Yeah. I mean, I think some songs with Sammy fit perfect. It's like for some reason all the songs that um uh Roth did with Van Halen always fit, you know.
Yeah, actually comparing the two songs, this song is actually a little more basic. That drum beat was
Yeah.
just kind of the same basic dan 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 dan
Hmm.
dan dan. Not actually as interesting as the Right Now song. I felt like the composition was
Yeah.
much more simpler on this one.
Yeah.
But it
Right.
was more stronger in the rock riffs. You had that like the guitar licks and all the guitar intricate guitar stuff, and then you had some drum
Yeah.
roll stuff and then the cymbal muting that was cool. So I think ultimately the David Lee Roth stuff is more of my style, even though if it was maybe more basic because it was earlier on. But I just think that rock and roll hard rock sound is more of my flavor.
I'm gonna go with Roth. I guess because of nostalgia, and I like, Roth as a singer. Um,
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
though I respect Sammy as a singer too, and he's a great musician. He plays guitar and shit and fucking.
yeah,
So there's that.
yeah. That's one
He's
of
a,
those
he's a
things.
writer.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, well, if Van Halen had come out before David Lee Roth and they started with Sammy Hagar, Sammy probably would have gotten more respect for what he did in the band. And it was only because he was the second singer and he replaced a really great singer that that he probably didn't get a whole lot of love that he deserved.
Yeah.
Yeah, David Lee Roth is great, but so is Sammy Hagar in his own
Yeah.
right, just in
Hmm.
different ways. Like I said, it's just
Yeah.
yeah, maybe he's not the metal guy's favorite front man, but he's definitely yeah, a great singer.
Van Halen started off with David Lee Roth. I don't know.
Yeah,
For some reason, I don't want to be like, like those the old school like metalheads or rockers from back in the day. Oh, fuck that shit, man. Whatever. But I mean, not just because of that, but I don't know. Probably because it's just nostalgia. I don't know. But
yeah,
I like Roth with Van Halen. Got no love, no love you'd call real. Got nobody waiting at home. God damn it, lady. I ain't lying to you. I'm only gonna tell you one time. I got no love you'd call real. Ain't got nobody waiting at home. Um, so it's not like he's having problems with this old lady or something like, um, but he's just like running with the devil. I live my life like there's no tomorrow. All I've got, I had to steal. At least I don't need to beg or borrow. Yes, I'm living at a pace that kills. Sound like he's just like, doing some evil doing. Um, then he goes on to say, I found the simple life ain't so simple. When I jumped out on that road, I got no love you'd call real. Ain't got nobody waiting at home. Just going fucking balls out, right?
yeah. Sounds like he's like on his last leg or something, and kind of living a little bit carelessly because he probably has nothing to lose, kind of thing.
Yeah. Or nothing to live for, really, just
Right,
fuck it. Running with the devil. Almost like the same thing, like, just he's living in his now, and just like everything else is to the wind, right?
right. Yeah, maybe he's saying I got nothing left but what's going on right now in my life. So, all I have is the right now.
Yeah. Kind of the same principle, but like on a darker side.
Yeah, and he's kind of explaining his situation in his life a little bit more here. And it's a little
Yeah.
bit more of a, yeah, maybe a more pessimistic perspective on what's going on in the the timeline.
Right. Right.
Yeah. But yeah, these were cool songs, man. I think we'll have to probably check out a little bit more Sammy Hagar maybe on his own. And then I don't know if David Lee Roth ever cut anything solo. I don't know what he did
Yeah,
after
he
he
did.
left.
He did.
Did
He
he?
did. Yeah, he did. Hmm.
So that might be
He
kind of a
did.
cool thing to check out. Sammy and then David Lee Roth on their
Yeah,
own.
that'd be a trip.
Yeah, to see how they did. Because obviously Van Halen, I don't know if they could do wrong. You can almost, pull anybody in, and they're going to be a great band because of the group effort that's always involved
Yeah.
and what they all bring to the table. Um, Rest in peace to Eddie Van Halen. I know he's passed away now, and he was, again, we talked about how such a great musician he was. We now have a Facebook and Instagram, so you can check those links down at the bottom. We still have our Spotify up as well, so we'll be posting on all these different platforms. And we'll be back for another one, guys. Thanks for watching.